Have you ever noticed how the world changes the moment someone leaves? The air grows heavier, the laughter fades, and suddenly, the spaces they once filled seem larger, emptier, quieter. When someone leaves, it is not just their absence we feel, it is the silence they leave behind. A silence so deep that even time seems to shiver. When someone leaves, the world does not simply lose a person, it loses a presence, a rhythm, a part of its own heartbeat. The spaces they once filled suddenly feel hollow, as if the walls themselves remember their absence. A chair sits empty, a room feels colder, a familiar sound no longer resonates. Even the air seems heavier, as if it has absorbed the quiet sorrow of departure. It is strange how absence can scream louder than words ever could. The silence left behind is not just quiet, it is a presence of its own, a weight that presses down on your chest with every breath. Every corner of your life seems to whisper their name, yet no one answers. Every familiar place becomes a reminder of the moments shared, and with each memory, the ache grows, subtle but relentless. The world continues moving, but the motion feels alien. People talk, laugh, and live as if nothing has changed, but for the one left behind, the rhythm of life has shifted. The streets are the same, the sun rises and sets as always, yet nothing feels the same. Even ordinary sounds, the hum of a fan, the distant chatter, the rustle of leaves seem to carry an echo of what is gone. Silence becomes not just the absence of sound, but the presence of longing. It is a quiet that demands attention, that forces you to confront the emptiness with no escape. In this silence, every small gesture, every subtle reminder becomes magnified. A scent in the air, a shadow that passes, a melody in the distance. They all awaken memories that you thought were safely tucked away. And in those moments, the world feels unbearably large and achingly empty. You find yourself walking through rooms and streets as though in a dream, noticing details you never noticed before, feeling the sharp edges of absence. Every laugh, every shared glance that once brought comfort now echoes as a reminder of what is missing. The silence is not passive. It watches you, follows you, shapes you. It teaches the weight of emptiness and the depth of longing. It forces you to feel things that you might otherwise have ignored. And yet, in its cruel beauty, it also becomes a space of reflection, a canvas where grief and love coexist. The world outside may rush forward, oblivious to your loss, but the silence within becomes a companion, a mirror of your own emotions. It is a reminder that presence is more than physical, that the absence of someone can be as powerful as their presence once was, and that sometimes the loudest cries are those that are not heard at all. The silence left behind when someone departs is not merely empty space, it is a living, breathing testament to the bond that existed, a shadow of connection that lingers in every heartbeat. It shapes your days, colors your nights, and reminds you, with every quiet moment, that absence is a language all its own, a language that time, perhaps, is only beginning to understand. Memories are strange. They are both a gift and a burden. When someone leaves, the moments you shared with them transform. What once brought warmth now carries an age that is impossible to ignore. Every laugh, every touch, every whispered word becomes a shadow that lingers in your mind, refusing to fade. It is as if the past clings to you, holding on tightly, reminding you of the joy that once was and the emptiness that followed. You find yourself trapped in the spaces between then and now, unable to let go of the echoes of what used to be. Even ordinary things begin to carry extraordinary weight. A song playing in the background may suddenly feel like it was written just for them. A familiar scent drifts into the room, and your heart tightens as if it is remembering them in a physical form. Everyday objects, once unnoticed, now serve as vessels for the moments shared. A coffee cup, a worn notebook, a chair by the window, they all whisper fragments of the past, fragments that refuse to be silenced. The mind becomes a gallery of images, each one vibrant yet painfully unreachable. Memories also have the power to deceive. They make the past feel closer than it is, allowing the heart to relive moments that will never return. You remember conversations word for word, laughter echoing in your ears, the way their eyes lit up with joy, and the warmth of their presence. And yet, alongside the beauty, there is a sharpness, a sting that cannot be denied. Each memory is a reminder that what you loved is no longer within reach. And in that realization, the heartache is in silence. Sometimes memories collide, forming a tapestry of longing and sorrow. They blend the happiness of shared moments with the pain of absence, leaving you suspended between gratitude and grief. It is a delicate balance, the way the heart clings to what once was while knowing it can never hold it again. The weight of memories is heavy, yet it is undeniable. They are proof that love existed, that connection mattered, and that the soul was touched in ways that time cannot erase. When someone leaves, time seems to pause. The world around you continues. People go about their lives. Clocks tick and seasons change. Yet for the one left behind, everything feels suspended. Minutes stretch into hours, hours into endless nights, and the rhythm of life seems to falter. There is a strange dissonance between the world that moves forward and the heart that refuses to keep pace. Every second becomes heavier, filled with absence and longing, and each moment feels like an eternity when measured against the void left behind. Time no longer flows naturally. It becomes a mirror reflecting loss. You find yourself trapped in moments that repeat over and over in your mind. Conversations, laughter, even silences that once felt comfortable now haunt you with their absence. Ordinary experiences are overshadowed by memories, and the future seems uncertain, blurred, and distant. You glance at the clock, but the numbers feel meaningless. They mark time, yes, but they do not measure the ache in your chest, the quiet yearning for what is gone. Even familiar routines lose their rhythm. Morning sunlight feels colder, evenings stretch endlessly, and nights are heavy with the weight of thoughts that refuse to rest. The world is moving, yet you feel left behind, as if you are existing in a parallel dimension where time has slowed, where moments linger longer than they should, and then every heartbeat carries the echo of absence. The departure of someone beloved alters not only the heart, but the very fabric of your perception, making you aware of the fragile and elusive nature of time and of the emptiness that can fill it when love walks away. There is a quiet kind of pain that refuses to be seen. When someone leaves, the tears do not always fall where others can notice them. They hide in the small, unobserved moments, in the privacy of a darkened room, in the stillness of the night, in the corners of a heart that is too proud or too fragile to reveal its sorrow. These are the tears that do not seek comfort or consolation because they exist not to be witnessed, but to exist as a release, a language of grief that only the soul understands. They are unspoken, yet they speak volumes, carrying the weight of longing, of loss, and of love that has nowhere else to go. The hidden tears are not dramatic. They do not demand attention. They come softly, often when the world is busy or indifferent. A song reminds you of their laughter, a photograph catches your eye, a scent drifts past, and suddenly the walls close in. In these moments, the heart remembers what is gone, and the eyes betray it in quiet solitude. Sometimes, the tears appear as a single drop rolling unnoticed down the cheek, sometimes as a quiet shiver of emotion that leaves the body heavy and hollow. They are intimate companions, private witnesses to the depth of human feeling, a reflection of the soul's secret ache. What makes these tears so powerful is their invisibility. No one can truly see the nights you spend reliving memories. No one can measure the weight of silence that presses against your chest. No one can comprehend the exhaustion of holding together a smile while the heart quietly mourns. Hidden tears are proof that pain is real, that loss is tangible, that the human heart can carry both immense love and profound sorrow simultaneously. They are the silent echoes of attachment, the quiet conversations with memory, the invisible testimony of a heart learning to endure. And yet, in their quietness, hidden tears have a strange beauty. They teach patience with oneself. They nurture understanding. and they cultivate resilience. They remind you that even in solitude, emotions are alive, authentic, and necessary. These tears are not weakness, if they are an intimate dialogue between your inner world and the reality of absence. They remind the heart of its capacity to feel deeply, and they honor what was once present in your life. Even when the world remains unaware, the hidden tears carry the truth of your experience, the reality of your love, and the inevitability of change. They are quiet, unseen, and unacknowledged, yet in them lies a profound testament that sorrow has a voice even when no one listens, that love endures even after departure, and that the human spirit can weep alone and still persist. Even when someone leaves, even when the emptiness feels unbearable, the heart finds a way to endure. It is remarkable how fragile, yet indomitable the human spirit can be. Pain arrives like a storm, tearing through your world, leaving debris of memories, longing, and unanswered questions. And yet, even in the aftermath, the heart begins to rebuild itself, not all at once, not with grandeur, but quietly, patiently, and with a strength that often surprises you. It learns that survival is not about forgetting or pretending the hurt never existed. It is about carrying the pain without allowing it to define the entirety of your being. Resilience does not announce itself. It grows in the small acts, waking up each morning despite the heaviness in your chest, moving through the day while shadows of absence cling, speaking words you do not fully believe in, smiling when your soul is still heavy. It grows in the moments when you allow yourself to feel fully, without judgment, and yet still choose to continue. The heart discovers that endurance is not about the absence of sorrow, but about embracing it while still daring to live. It is the quiet courage of standing, step by step, amidst the ruins of what was once whole. The heart's resilience also manifests in its capacity to hope again. Even when you believe that love, joy, or connection may never return, the heart whispers that life continues, that possibility still exists, and that growth can emerge from grief. It does not erase the scars. They remain a testament to what was endured, but it learns to wear them not as chains, but as proof of strength. Resilience is forged in the fire of longing and tempered by the passage of time. It is the silent power that allows you to continue dreaming, to continue giving, and to continue feeling deeply, even after loss. What is most beautiful is that resilience often comes unnoticed. Others may see only your outward calm, your ability to function, and assume all is well. They may not recognize the quiet battles fought within, the tears shed in solitude, the moments of doubt and despair that were survived with courage. Yet these struggles, invisible though they may be, shape the heart into something stronger, more compassionate, more aware of its own capacity for endurance. In the heart's resilience, there is wisdom. It learns that loss is not the end, but a transformation. It learns that strength is not always loud or dramatic, but can be gentle, persistent, and patient. And it discovers that even after abandonment, even after the world seems cruel, the heart has an infinite ability to heal, to grow, and to continue loving. Resilience is the quiet power that reminds the soul, even when someone leaves, life goes on, and the heart, though scarred, can still soar. Letting go is perhaps the most difficult lesson the heart must learn. It is not simply the act of releasing someone from your life. It is the process of accepting that what was once yours to hold can no longer remain. When someone leaves, the impulse is often to cling, to resist, to grasp desperately at what is slipping away. Yet the more we hold, the more we suffer, for attachment does not stop absence, it amplifies it. Letting go is not about giving up, it is about understanding that love, no matter how deep, cannot always remain in the form we desire. True release is an act of courage, a recognition that life moves forward, even when our hearts are still learning the rhythm of loss. Letting go requires honesty with oneself. It asks that we confront the raw truths we often avoid, that some relationships, no matter how cherished, are meant to be temporary, that some people, no matter how loved, are not meant to stay, and that our own growth sometimes depends on the spaces created by their absence. This honesty is not easy. It cuts like a blade, revealing the fragile places within us we may have ignored, the fears that have held us captive, and the illusions we have nurtured. Yet in facing these truths, we gain clarity. We begin to see that letting go is not about losing. It is about creating space for something new, something authentic, and something aligned with the life we are meant to live. The process of release is often quiet. It is not marked by dramatic gestures or sudden decisions, but by small, deliberate acts. Accepting the reality of absence, forgiving what needs forgiveness, reframing the memories that weigh heavily, and choosing to continue living fully despite the emptiness. It is an internal dialogue, a conversation between what was and what is possible. The heart learns to loosen its grip gently, to untangle the threads of longing that have bound it, and to trust that letting go is a path to freedom rather than a surrender to pain. Letting go also transforms our relationship with love itself. It teaches that love is not possession. It is not something to be demanded or controlled. True love, even in departure, is a recognition of what was meaningful and a willingness to release it without resentment. It allows us to honor the connection that existed while embracing the inevitability of change. In letting go, we practice gratitude alongside grief. We acknowledge the value of the shared moments, the growth they inspired, and the lessons they imparted, and we understand that holding on too tightly often prevents us from moving toward the possibilities that life still offers. In the act of release, the heart discovers resilience, wisdom, and peace. It learns that freedom is not in attachment, but in acceptance. It learns that moving forward does not erase the past. It integrates it, transforming memories into guidance rather than chains. Letting go is a testament to our strength, our capacity to endure, and our ability to love fully, even in the face of absence. It is a quiet power, a gentle yet profound mastery over our own hearts, a recognition that some things cannot remain, and that some departures, painful as they are, carry the seeds of growth, clarity, and self-discovery. Ultimately, letting go is an intimate conversation with time and memory. It asks us to trust that even when someone leaves, life continues to unfold, and that the heart, though scarred and tender, retains its ability to feel deeply, to hope courageously, and to embrace the beauty of what comes next. It is a lesson in humility, in patience, and in understanding that love's greatest expression sometimes lies not in holding, but in releasing. And so, when someone leaves, when the silence grows heavy, and the tears remain unseen, remember this: every moment of sorrow carries a lesson, every ache shapes your heart, and every absence makes you stronger than you ever imagined. Life moves forward, not to erase the past, but to teach us how to honor it, to cherish what was, and to embrace what is yet to come. The love you carried, the memories you cherished, and the strength you discovered within yourself, they are all a testament to your resilience, your courage, and your capacity to grow. Even in the deepest loneliness, even when time seems to cry alone, your heart continues its quiet, unyielding rhythm. It learns, it heals, it rises. And one day, you will look back not with regret, but with gratitude for the love you experienced, the lessons you endured, and the person you have become through it all. So hold your memories gently, let go when you must, and trust the journey that lies ahead. Life has a way of teaching us that departures are not the end, but the beginning of a deeper understanding of ourselves, of love, and of what it truly means to live fully. Thank you.